and I do.
We're live.
We are live indeed.
Ooh.
All right. Welcome back.
Onomatopoeia!
Just real quick.
I have to throw that in there. All right. Welcome back to the Stained Glass Lands, the party after departing from Ilisker quite rapidly after a run-in with a Yuan Ti who briefly took the guise of Fenton's former partner, Taraji Tabaxi. The party decided to take the low route towards Estelheim beneath the Ashen Peaks in an excavated tunnel in the Underdark equivalent of the Stained Glass Lands. The first sign you have had encountering Tlani itself was a blood mage who was crucified into the stone that he decided to free, who then promptly attacked you. The rest of the travel was uneventful, but as you pull into an alcove in the side with a stream meandering down and little uh, uh, excavations in the wall intended for bedrolls, definitely a traveler's nook where it's understood people rest for the night. You're welcome to take a long rest. Make sure you have that on your sheet.
Kane wanted to do the trying to tune with the stone,
Sure
like
thing.
during the long rest.
There were a few different conversations that happened in the night. That was recapped last session, but we will continue as the night goes on if any of you would like to have more. First things first. Shane, are you attempting to attune to the stone?
Yes.
An hour's spent with your palms clasped around the faintly speckled rock, you hear the sort of faint, ephemeral buzz, and you can feel it kind of jerk in your palms as if it wishes to fly free and circle around your head. There is a very faint voice that comes to your mind. Male, quite deep in character and cadence, very much self-important. And so a wingless thing reaches out to one who still has them. What have you lost, my friend?
Who is this?
The Wilderaven. Not who, but a what.
You're saying you weren't a person before?
I'm saying I have become more. Why do you wish to speak to me? You must have a reason, right?
Well, I wasn't trying to reach you exactly.
Don't be like that. I could take offense.
I didn't mean that in a negative way, more of just a somebody else that attuned to this talked to somebody that wasn't you, somebody that everybody besides apparently like one other person uh didn't even knew existed, and so I
Exceptions prove rules, don't you think? What do you think I am? What do you think this stone is?
I still don't really know, to be quite honest, just that it's some sort of magical artifact thing, something that apparently has great power that people don't really understand.
And what is its name, Chain? What do people call these things, these artifacts of power?
A shard of Yurka.
No. They call them tears. That will be my hint for you.
The
Hear the voice fade.
it's a vague hint. Chain will like say, even though like the voice is fading, thinking maybe it'll come back and respond, maybe it won't, but he doesn't really garner much from that.
Juicy conversation.
Is Reed saying that?
No.
No? Alright. Foshgra, in your wanderings near the murals that have been painted by Terran, it's beautiful. You know that the lizard folk are the traditional craftsmen women of the stained glass lands, and this excavation has been carved with an elegant beauty. There isn't the etchings you see are chiseled into the walls around you and above you. They tell of folk stories that you have heard, ones that would be told to Ignan children around the fires. I would like you to roll me a perception and history check.
Alright. There's perception. Eesh. And there's history. Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say it already did the math for me.
Mm. It tells a story, one you are familiar with, of a half dragon child of Girazlon, a scrawny male lizard folk who dreamt of fire, and their time in the Lyceum Draconis, and the city that is now known as Mirage. Pardon me, that was formerly known as Mirage, but now is the City of Stained Glass. You can see large portraits of um, just a gout of flame bursting from a young male lizard folk burning up in the inside, anger in his veins, torture in his eyes. And that is probably the furthest you want to wander from camp at this hour. But it's definitely some sort of message these Terrans who worked on this passage left. Preserving history.
Okay. Yeah. Just taking a few minutes or taking his time, just looking up at it, remembering the stories, remembering his conversation about the same thing with Kuel back in the sands. Just taking time to settle himself after relaying the news of the letter and getting himself worked up. Eventually, he would, after getting those emotions calmed down, turn around, take the trek back to the camp. I believe after this time would be after Chain has attuned and had his conversation with the stone.
Correct. I'm assuming you guys are keeping watch. I'm not the kind of DM that tracks that too much.
Yeah, well, that would be this would be Foshgrid doing his watch for the
Rounds,
first
yeah.
couple of hours. Is Chain still awake after attuning to the stone and having his conversation?
How long does it usually take to attune? Is it like 2 hours? An hour?
An hour.
An hour.
Depends on how long you think that Foshgar was away from camp. I'd say that Chain would be up for probably like 10, 15 minutes after the conversation with Vildaravin. But he's not like losing sleep over it because it made no sense to him.
I'd say possibly by the time he's done wandering around and coming back, it'd probably be like after the first hour of after everyone else had gone to bed. So probably
Chain
coming
would
back
probably
in at
still be
the
up,
end of the
yeah.
hour. Yeah. So seeing Chain still awake in his alcove, Foshkra walks over to him. You are still awake.
Yeah, I tried to do something, but it didn't really work out.
Is that... Was this something important?
No.
He kind of... Foshkra kind of takes a moment. I've been meaning to ask you, Chain. And seeing as everyone else is asleep, perhaps this is the best time to ask.
Mm,
Fenton told me that you and Lorenz were also affected back in Kiris.
You see, Chain kind of like sits up a little bit, but also like sighs. He's like, "Yeah, not a fun memory, but luckily I was able to snap out of it pretty quickly. But I tried helping Lorenz out of it because he was near me, but it didn't work, and you were too far away."
Do you remember being under the effect?
Somewhat, kind of. It's a little hazy, but I feel like I don't know if it's because I was snapped out of it so quickly, but the the fact that the ideas and thoughts felt like my own but weren't was really mostly what I remember.
You see, I only remember what came after, when the spell's hold was finally taken away. This troubled me. Fenton assured me that it was a spell, something from the master of that place.
Yeah, that's what I was able to gather from it. Like I said, I gotten out of it pretty quickly, but you, Lorenz, all the other nobles were. It was like a horde all going after the bossy, and I'd initially gone after two, but um, I'm not entirely sure what happened, but like after feeling some sort of pain, I kind of snapped back too.
Did it scare you after you came back?
I don't know if scare is really the right word. More, it troubled and angered me.
He kind of nods. Anger, yes. The learning that from Fenton, I felt into anger as well. Was afraid of something that I believe only Ignan need fear.
What's that?
Losing complete control. My rage is a tool and a weapon granted to me by the flames of the land. But fire can be a tool, can be a giver of life, can cook your food and warm your bed. But fire can also consume and destroy. My first thought after coming out of the effect was that I had lost control, that the fire was set to consume me. Now, though, now I only wish to find the one who put that doubt into my head, who took from me my own control and made me a weapon. And I wish to see the dying light of their eyes for taking that from me.
Trust me, I would very much love the same thing. But that situation is now very complicated.
Because of our friend.
Because of our friend.
Hmm. Thank you for confirming what Fenton said. I wanted to believe him for the nature of which he spoke, but I also wish to confirm. Not one to be afraid to say what is on your mind. I've seen you afraid of a few things in our travels, but you never ran away. Takes courage, Jane. And I like courage.
I wouldn't call it courage. Courage and Kenku appear to be the opposite of whatever the word is for words that are similar or mean the same.
Tell me, Jane, in all the fights that we've been in so far, were you afraid of any of them?
If we're speaking honestly, yes, I've been in enough of them and gone through enough training to be able to steel myself and think more clearly.
Busher kind of like points his finger and kind of waggles it in the air a little bit. And that, Jane, is why I say you have courage. There is a lesson I learned when I was still but a child. Courage is not about being unafraid. Courage is about being afraid and still continuing to fight and refusing to run. It takes true courage to do that. And so, to honor your courage, I have been working on something. He reaches into his bag, and what he pulls out is a large fang that has had a hole meticulously made through it and strung on some string. It is the fang from the giant that he ripped off in the first fight.
Nice.
From our first fight, Jane. A trophy of a kill.
See,
It is yours.
Jane kind of like looks at it for a second, before like reaching his hand out to take it. Thank you, Poshra. But I don't want to sow false confidence in your head. I'm not the courageous type. I haven't run from any battles because so far sticking with the group was gave a better chance at surviving than running away on my own was.
Call it what you wish, Jane. Until the day that you prove that your courage has failed. I would like to believe that there is courage in at least some of the child races.
There isn't some. Just not all.
You have not proven otherwise. Not yet.
Yet is the key word.
I hope yet never comes, Jane. But that is enough for now. Unless you wish to say something specifically. You should sleep. I will go wake Reed for the next watch.
Does he even sleep? I feel like he doesn't.
I do not know. Nor do I care. When
That's
it is when the next hour passes and my watch ends, I will be going to get him. And I will tell him not to wake you as you have already been awake too long. Good night, Jane.
Good night, Foshkra.
With that, Foshkra turns and leaves Jane alone, begins tending to the fire and continuing his watch.
Quick, everyone dump attention on Chain.
Ah!
As the night continues, Lorenz, you receive the dream that I mentioned to you in the sending channel. You are watching through the eyes of someone you know who's peeking around a corner to see the back of a Leonin who has both wrists and a rotary mechanism that keep on being turned and turned until they splay outwards. You can see the back of a minotaur dressed in dark, cowled clothing, kind of wiping his brow, and that's when it fades. You don't know why, but it's the dream you have.
Well, assuming that it's the equivalent of having a nightmare, Lorenz is going to wake up in a bit of a cold sweat. You know, sitting up in his little alcove and looking around to see if there's anyone else who is awake.
You know, Reed is always there.
Always.
The most comforting person.
he looks at Reed, looks away, sort of meanders a bit with what he's turning his attention to, and then reluctantly slips out from his little bedding and going over towards Reed. Very slowly, might I add. Give me 1 second.
Sure thing.
One Mississippi.
I'll just watch this cat crunch on some kibble for a little bit.
Okay. Lorenz approaches Reed, and he sort of waits next to the knoll, waiting for him to speak first.
About 10 seconds later of just deathly stillness, and Reed will say in a voice quiet enough that only Lorenz would hear, "You're late. Sit."
I don't know what you mean by I'm late. I just woke up.
I think you wake up often.
Have you been watching me?
I have been knowing all of you. Can be difficult not to.
Well, I hear you on that. Look, I don't have anyone else to talk to about this right now. But I had a very disturbing dream. It didn't even feel like a dream, to be honest.
A dream or a nightmare? Or the infinite space between?
I feel like I was experiencing some division of sorts.
You're being communicated with.
Yeah, the only problem is that anyone who ever wants to communicate needs to have a clear message, because I can't make heads or tails of what the hell this is supposed to mean.
What is this vision?
I saw through a window a neon man tied to a chair. His hands were twisted unnaturally backwards, wrists turned and entirely beyond the point they should be turned. And the man who was doing it, he had horns, bull-like horns. I remember the words he said. He said, "An upturned palm is a sign of guilt. Thieves know well." No?
I'd like to think on the symbolism of upturned hands and see if that's something that I've encountered any time in my life.
Roll me a history check.
I happen to be proficient in that. 5.
Not quite sure. Your stomach may growl a bit though at the thought, though.
Thank you for that, Val.
Huh.
Messages often are interpretations. You are not the brain that has first interpreted it. You must know from whose eyes you see.
All right, and so then I'll ask everyone and see if I can narrow it down.
You are showing signs of trust.
As painful as it is to admit, I feel safer now than I've been in a long time, despite everything.
Because you have power and violence beside you.
I think you completely missed at what I was getting at.
Perhaps I've been told I see things differently.
Yes, you see things very differently. Everything with you is blood and violence and gore.
I see change that needs to be made.
And that change is blood.
Things that are living should die, and things that are dead should be living. You cannot separate life and death. One is part of what the other needs. This was something my family taught me. Something they told me other gnolls did not understand. I cannot blame you for fear, but you should understand. I am not violence for violence. No, that is other lesser gnolls. I have a purpose. I'm sure of it. You are made of stars. You have a purpose. You just need to find the missing piece that makes you sure of it.
I'm not made of stars.
I just told you that I see things differently. You are.
Lorenz, in his middle of his little laughter, his face is gonna go from curiosity to genuine concern as he thinks a little bit more about what Reed means exactly by see things differently. And he's going to look down at his own hands and back up to Reed. I see.
Do you think you can sleep?
No, I don't think I can. Doesn't mean I'm not going to try.
Reed will go back to his previous position of staring at a stone wall in utter stillness.
Aren't you supposed to be on watch now?
Did you relieve me?
I'd imagine if I'm not awake yet, then or awake anymore, then yes.
Okay, then yes, Reed will go back to his previous position of staring at the open causeway outside of the alcove in utter stillness.
Better.
And
I think I just
Lawrence
need a
will
little
go...
bit of. Go ahead.
Oh, it's okay. Lawrence will go back to his little alcove and stare just upwards at the ceiling where he cannot see the stars so far away from him.
And the night passes onwards, and morning, or at least what you equate to it being morning for the way your body feels in this sunless alcove, you wake up. Would you like to have any conversations amongst yourselves as the proverbial dawn breaks? Or would you like to continue onwards?
I have nothing.
Yeah, I would like to. I believe.
Yes, John.
Yes, Charlie would as well, and he's invited too. No, I think Fenton's very distracted as we're kind of packing up this morning. He's starting and stopping a bunch of different things, like writing a tiny bit and then packing up a little bit and pulling out his loot, but not actually playing anything. Pacing a bit, but just to the group, to no one in particular, he's gonna ask him, "What if? What if we get to Estelheim and we find that there are no answers for us there? No allies and no shard waiting? What if all of this is for nothing? Truly random, like Chain seems to believe it may be."
I didn't say it was random. I said that fate was bullshit.
And what if it is? What if we are heading towards nothing at all?
If there
And
is
there's a
nothing,
reason. There's
if there
always a
isn't-
reason.
Wow.
I'm trying to be polite here. Wait.
Would this still happen at an in-person table?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Because we're all socially awkward and all very polite.
I beg your pardon.
No, it's awkwardly social. Continue.
If there is nothing in Estelheim, then we have another destination to seek. One I am sure we will have a better chance of getting answers at anyway.
No, I have come to a decision for myself, at least this morning. Once we get to Estelheim, I am done there. I'm expecting to meet my family there. I hope to. I fear for their safety. That Yonzi and Elasker, it perfectly impersonated my friend Taraji. It knew things about her. It told me things that it should not have known, private things, and so I have to have priorities. And so when we get to Estelheim, I will find my loved ones and I will protect them. I'm going to stay with them indefinitely.
Protect them with what, Bird?
With normality, perhaps. If they are in danger, then it is because of me.
Oh, where will you find that? I wonder.
Anywhere where the shot is not.
Your brain is breaking.
Does Fenton look scared right now? Or like he's just shaken and other than trying to like what he's trying to say is he like looking more like wild-eyed, like trying to like looking scared and irrational.
I would say yes. He's definitely his normal focus is not at all on him.
Okay. Fosker's gonna drop whatever he's doing, stand up, walk over to Fenton, and then just grab him by the shoulder and shake him.
I'm gonna try to pull away from you, very very much so.
Round 2.
Round 2.
Oh,
This is
sure.
contested grapple. Oh, good.
Well, yeah, we can do that.
It's not
Okay.
necessary if you don't need to.
It's up to Fenton.
I mean, if you're no, if you're just you can grab the bird. You're shaking him, but he will he'll protest physically and verbally. Foshkura, stop! What's he?
Are you thinking, Fenton? Are you thinking? Do you know what you are saying? This is what you are thinking.
I
You are
know.
You are afraid. I smell it. The eyes are not focused. You are not thinking. You want to protect your family. This I know. But I have done this type of job many times. And do you know what will keep your family safe? Not being with them. You, and he jabs a finger into into Fenton's chest. You are known to have what everyone is seeking. They know. Why do you think they caught you back there in the Lesker?
Then why do
Why do
we
you think
have
they
it, Foshkura?
Why do we have it? I don't know why we have it, but they know that we have it. And they know that you may have it. They do not care if you decide to split away from us. They don't. They will continue to try. And your family will never be safe if you are there with them. They will try even harder. And your family will be even more danger as they try more and more. Yes, we get to Estelheim. We ensure your family is safe. But if you stay with them, then you all will be putting them in more danger. Every time I have been hired to protect someone and they say that they are done, that they just wish to be with their family. Every time, it is not only they I find dead in their home, it is also their family. Because now they knew where they were. Their enemies knew where they were, and they did not stop. They stepped up. They sent more. Fenton.
I am not qualified for this. I am a bard from Obidus. I am not a fighter. I'm not a scholar. I don't know how to survive on my own outside of the city I was raised in.
If I
Poshka
may.
slaps him.
Oh shit.
Vincent would take it and kind of crumple to the ground, just sit right onto the ground.
So if I may, Lorenz is gonna approach Fenton, and he's gonna offer a hand to help him up, and sort of hold in his free hand, hold an open palm to Foshkra to kind of like back off. Fenton, I don't understand what it's like to have family, so I can't say that I understand what you're feeling. But I do understand that you feel you are underqualified for this, and I am telling you, as someone who has ran away from their home, who had nothing to their name, I sweat, blood, tears to get to here, and I felt inadequate every step of the way. You have everything that you need here right now, just as I do.
But I had no reason to run in the first place. I had a life in Obidus, Lorenz. I had comfort and family, and I had an occupation I was actually good at. And Taraji, I was going to marry her, and then Kuel shows up, and I leave, and and now they're in danger. And God, I'm a fool.
Nobody imagines their life running away. It just happens. You either you've had enough, or you have everything and you lose it all. But look, right here, right now, we are together. We have each other's backs. At least I hope so. And I do think what Foshgra says is right. I think you'll be putting the ones you love in more danger if you decide to stay with them. I don't know how all of this is going to end, or if it will end, and part of that really scares me. You're not the only one who's scared. And I'm sorry, but you're not alone.
Esselheim is next. Either way. I'm sorry, I'm shaken. Thinking I saw Taraji yesterday,
If I saw the person I loved, I would be too. To be honest, there's not a thing in this world I wouldn't do for them even now. Are we good?
Good enough to get out of this cave, yes.
All right. I'm just gonna pat both his shoulders and then move along.
Yes.
All right.
Foshkra's still standing in front of him a little bit.
Your heart is in the right place, Fenton. But your head is not at the moment. No. What Loren says, he is also right. Wanting to protect family. There is nothing that anyone would not do. You saw this. I tried to kill Reed on the first day we met because my family was threatened.
As he says this, he like touches the necklace around the three fangs on the necklace he wears.
When we get to Estelheim, I will protect your family.
Thank you, Foshgra.
And remember, you said you were not a scholar, yet you were trained by Kuer. I do not see the connection between not being a scholar and having him as a master.
I'm also sure you see that he would be a better fit for the role than I here, but I guess this is the hand we were dealt.
Perhaps. But he has been around very long, from my understanding. You are still learning. There's no shame in learning. Now, I hope your mind has been readjusted to think better. Let us go. Continue. Make speed to Estelheim and ensure that your family is safe.
Denton will nod and put the last few items in his bag.
Did Shane roll his bedroll?
With
Does
the
a
newfound
14 let me?
strength. I'd say you're able to get it. It's not the best, but you're able to stuff it in. It's fine.
Woo!
Hell yeah!
Improvement.
Yeah. Foskra sees this, and you almost see you think you may have seen like the curl of a lip as he nods at Shane.
It's a sign of aggression.
He's
He's
not a
getting
doll.
jealous.
And off to the races you are. Gathering your rolls into your packs, you're able to pull away from this small little winding cavern at the side of the road and take a moment to ensure you're going in the right direction before passing on through this underground channel. The beauty of the Underdark is unique in a way that perhaps only Terran lizardfolk understand, but you continue passing through alien territory and strange underground sites, sometimes crossing a ravine on a rickety wooden bridge that you see a massively large underground river pass by beneath you. Black, you're not sure how deep it is. You traverse through more forests of mycelium. The path seems relatively well traveled, but you haven't seen anyone. Then you hear a shout echo through this cavern from around a corner in the winding passage, a sort of deep male voice that has been strained high. You can hear it tear. And then silence. Continuing on a moment, a step or two, sort of readying yourselves, you can see a man sort of kneeling in front of a small underground stream. You can see hands clasped over his eyes. Leonin, dressed in sort of armor, not the best quality armor, but definitely medium, some type of breastplate cobbled together. And you can see blood dripping from his hands.
Foskra kind of just like puts his arm out in front of everybody as he stops.
Remember yesterday's lesson, Talani, caution.
Loren slightly winces.
The man hears Flashua's voice, and you can see him turn. Places the palms down. One instinctively comes to these swords at his side. You can see both eyes have been gouged out. And he yells in the same voice you heard, "Too many eyes?" And you can see him stand, kind of stagger up. "I've got too many eyes. You wouldn't get it." And he staggers forward and begins to draw the blade. At the same time, you can hear scuttling coming from slightly further behind him, down a pillar, a scaled creature, uh, brown scales, Terran in nature. You could see big, brawny shoulders. But what's more concerning are two whip-like tendrils emerging from each shoulder, and a scattering of eyes across its body, bulging in places it shouldn't be. I would like you to roll initiative as we come to the new map.
Ooh.
Already.
curse of Delani.
You can move yourselves to the bottom of the map if you'd like. Drag your
Right.
tokens on there.
I fucking hate Talani.
The feeling is mutual.
Talani hates you.
You said we're
no.
coming from the bottom of the map?
Yes.
Which side of the stream are we on? Are we on the?
Either way, it's up to you.
Navigating the stream.
We would have all stayed together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
so.
so I guess we need a democratic vote. Are we on left or right?
I don't really care.
Let's go team right.
Right. Wait, you're on the left, Reed. You're giving me mixed signals.
Team right.
Right. Okay, yes. The right has more room at the moment.
Canon, Reed doesn't know left from right.
God damn, Fenton.
You think null parents teach their kids left and right? No, they teach them claw and bite.
Oh, Reed, too.
Oh, everyone else rolled low.
That's
It's
fine.
too
We've got
early. I'm still EP.
Not everyone else.
we've got the infested. Ooh, I don't like that name for the Leonin.
There's something about the word infested that just irks me.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Lorenz. I'll make a new character.
No, I love Reed. Please.
That's an admission.
Oh. But he said it in the normal way. He didn't say it in the
Yeah.
null way.
Damn it.
No, that's
Out of
just
character.
leaking through.
Rar rar snarl snarl.
You wouldn't.
All right. All right.
All right, initiative time. Fenton, you're up first. You can see this exorcist, this armored man begin to charge. You can hear the bound in his footsteps. As he stands straight, you can see a sort of almost like a bite mark, but instead of wounds, there are eyes of varying sizes and colors from where it emerges from one arm.
Yee.
So
Okay,
don't get bit.
Yeah. Fenton's not good at that part, though. As soon as we saw another character in this tunnel, Fenton will have already began playing a song, changing to a different song on his lute, and he's going to play a very inspiring kind of a stalwart kind of song and cast heroism at second level. Well, let's see if I can click the right buttons. I'm going to cast it on both Reed and Lorenz being right in front of me. So they are filled with a confidence as well by this song. And at the beginnings of their turns, they will get some temporary HP.
Awesome.
How much? What's your charisma modifier?
Correct. It is 4.
Excellent.
Wait, is that... Sorry. Spell attack bonus, is that being different? No, just the modifier is 4. Okay, 4 it is.
All right, a muttered spell, a word of advice, and you two feel heroism flowing through your veins. Is that your turn?
Yes, that is my turn.
Reed, you're up.
Get 4 temporary hit points. Let's see how long that lasts.
You do indeed.
Let's see, how far are we? Oh, we just happen to be in range. I'll reach forward and toss a bit of dust onto my palm and kind of focus on the eyes and say, "Stop and look at me." And I will use the classic read spell, Hold Person. So I'd like a wisdom saving throw on the armored Leonin.
Awesome. Velanen charges forward, and that will be a 12.
That fails.
Which will not succeed. You can see it halt in its steps. There's the sound of claws screeching across stone ground as the momentum begins to fade. Place a marker on
And
that.
I will move closer. I'll take a curious look at this Terran.
Alright. Leora, you're up.
I am going to. Okay, I'm gonna cast Bless on Chain, Oshka, and Reed.
Awesome.
We are incredibly buffed.
You are incredibly buffed.
Yeah. I've been blessed.
And that will be my turn.
So swoosh is bless, green is concentration.
Correct. The color markers are concentration. The individual token effects are those who are affected by the effects. Alright, a muttered prayer emerges through the air, and Chain, Foshka, Reed, you feel yourselves emboldened with some divine energy. Foshka, you're up.
All right. Foster's gonna like turn his head to the side real quick and spit between his teeth, and he would like to rage, planting his feet strongly below underneath him, and letting the flames travel down his arms into his head claws. Kill that Shrek, go free! And then
Awesome.
he's which direction was the Leonin charging in? When you said he got
charging in this direction towards.
Okay, so charging towards us. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And he is going to make a swipe. Two
Go
swipes.
for it. 2 swipes.
Enraged and reckless.
You do have advantage already. He is hold person.
Oh, he is hold person. Okay, then never mind. Then no reckless. Why did that not go? Oh,
Well,
the bite
that's-
button. I don't know why it did the bite, but okay.
That would be awesome. Yeah, 12 points of slashing damage. Nice.
All right, and roll. Okay, so it was already crit. It did not include the rage damage. Rage damage is just an additional 2 fire.
All right.
All right, and second claw attack. Oh my
Wow.
god!
He is angry.
Whoa.
Do I actually need to cast hold person at this point?
No, you did not. The sheer momentum of an enraged Foshka slashing down. You can hear the sort of popping burst of too many eyes as the claws tear through this thing's chest. The Leonin is dead.
Slightly smoldering.
Correct.
All right, so what was that movement? I was what, here? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Reed is in awe right now.
And then 30, 35, 40 for the rest of my movement.
All right.
And that'll be my turn.
Shane, you're up.
All right. Shane is going to, seeing the Leaning get absolutely demolished right off the bat. Let's see, he's going to 5, 10, 15, 20. Is he able to like get up on this up here?
Yeah, it's sort of leveling pillars. There are bits of elevation that you can just hop on if you'd like. Not very high.
Yeah. Then if he can, he's going to try and get up here, kind of like on this surface, but like behind this little riding that thing.
Sure thing. You can duck behind if you'd like to hide and get some advantage.
Yes. He's going to do his cunning action, hide.
You do not succeed.
Then
Ooh.
This
next
thing
turn,
still seems to be able to. You can see one of its tentacles whip around and glance towards you. There's an eye at the end of its stalk.
Too many eyes.
what about 23?
23 does not succeed.
Too
Jesus.
With all
many
those eyes. With all those eyes, I figured.
Perhaps it's not relying on sight.
Yeah. Well, then he's just going to throw a psionic blade at it.
Go for it.
Yee.
14 does hit.
Yes. That's right. No sneak attack because Fosker's not in range of it yet. Sad. Only 6. Minimum damage.
6 points of damage. You can hear it sort of shriek, an inhuman one, as the psychic blade pierces it. Yeah.
And that's Jane's turn.
Lorenz, you're up.
Okay. I'm wondering. Well, probably not. I'm gonna move upwards.
Go for it.
So let me see what we're working with. Probably up here by Reed. And
Hello, friend.
hello.
Oh my god.
Friendly fire has been enabled. Reed is now the enemy.
And we are going to do. We're going to test the waters a bit here. We're going to do a light crossbow attack.
Awesome.
So I don't know if it'll let me select a token.
There's no token selecting mechanics in Roll20, unless you're just trying to select yours.
Okay. Well,
17 will hit. Nice. Crossbow bolt batters this thing. You can see it stagger back, impacting the wall behind with a scattering of dust.
and that will be Lorenz's turn.
All right. Let's see. The Terran can see stand. There are the sound of popping bone in the scales as its hunch disappears. It lets out a shriek, and one of the tentacles whips towards you, Chain. I would like you to roll a Wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
It's
shit.
got long tentacles.
Wisdom save.
Those are some long ass tentacles.
D4,
no.
D4, D4, bless.
A 10. Bless
Fire
helps
doesn't
a
help.
lot, but unfortunately didn't succeed on this one. Shane, you feel yourself exhale in this, and as if you're fainting, you collapse to the ground. You're currently unconscious.
Whoa!
Oh, shit.
Oh,
You don't have any hit points missing, but you're asleep. And then it's going to charge at you, Foshka.
Bring
More
it
of
on.
a sort of scamper, briefly goes on 4 legs and tries to wrap itself around you. It's going to try to grapple you with one of its tentacles.
okay.
It's going to make an attack roll to hit. If it hits, you are currently grappled. That is going to be 23 to hit.
Yeah.
That is going to deal 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Reduced to 4?
4. Yes.
Okay.
And it is going to attack with a sort of bludgeoning maul in its hand against you twice.
Okay.
That is going to be non-natural 20 to hit,
Yep.
which is going to deal 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
So
And
2?
The second attack, yes, half to 2. And the second attack is going to be a 12 to hit, which I don't
Nope.
presume hits. All right, that is its turn. You can see it shriek and essentially try to pull you into some sort of human shield. Not human shield, lizardfolk shield. Fenton, you're up.
Tentacle shield.
Great. seeing Chain just kind of fall over inexplicably up there, I'm going to use my flight and fly right on up to him, and see if I can assess. If I can easily tell that he has just been put to sleep or knocked
Not
unconscious.
injured, just asleep. I would take an action or damage to wake him up.
Yeah. With my own familiarity with the sleep spell, I'll recognize this condition, and I will shake Chain awake.
All right, Chain.
Chain up.
What?
Karen, and I'll just point. And I will return to my lute still in my hand and play a little inspiring song for Chain as well. Give Chain a point of bardic.
So wake me up. Nice.
Alarm
You just
clock.
playing
It's
the
just,
fucking lute so early in the morning.
it's just default iPhone alarm clock sound.
Oh.
Fenton's dying. All right. Reed, you're up.
5, 10, 15, 20. Get a better angle on this thing where I'm not accidentally hitting Foshkra. And as a bonus action, grab a couple stones on my way with my lanky arms, cast magic stone, and they kind of get covered in thorny growths and become extra craggy. And I'm just gonna baseball chuck one of them.
Go. What?
Magic
Hey,
stone.
better. Hey,
You
better.
are blessed currently. Ooh.
I'm not entirely certain that's going to matter.
Don't hit me.
Well, that's up to Phil at this point.
I don't punish natural ones. The stone flies. You can see this thing is rather nimble, and it basically drags Foshker briefly in the way. The stone doesn't hurt you much, Foshker. It just makes you angry, but it scatters off you.
Already angry.
Huh.
No, actually, he is using Foshker as a shield. Go ahead and roll damage.
Damn it!
In this instance, I will have a natural. You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage, Foshker.
Reduced to 2.
Correct.
Reed, you hurt the lizard. You're entering the circle.
Gladly.
All right. Is that your turn?
That's everything I can do.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. You already did the reduction. He did 8 points of bludgeoning.
Oh, yes, I did. So 8 to 4.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Took
Lyra,
another 2
you're up.
off.
I'm going to move up here and I am going to do magic missile.
Awesome.
That'll surely not miss.
Magic missile hits thrice. What level are you casting at?
The first.
First? All right.
Yes.
3 points race out in a spiraling arc and batter into this thing's face. You can see it shriek, almost like dirt or pebbles falling off of its scales slough off. Yeah, absolutely. 6 points of damage total.
Okay, and let's see, can I also do Toll the Dead?
You use your action to
Okay,
cast
that
Magic
is
Missile.
action. Okay.
If you would like, if you
Yeah.
have the Quicken spell feature and you'd like to spend the requisite amount of sorcery points, you can if you'd like.
I might actually.
But that's up to you if you want to spend the resources.
I'll pass this time.
All right. Foshka, you're up.
All right. To get out of his wrap, is that just a check, or do I need to do? Is that take an action to do that?
So it would take an attack. If you have the multi-attack feature, you can substitute one of your attacks to make the check. Like if you could attack 4 times, you could use one of those times to try to break free of the grapple.
Okay. Well, I only have one attack. That can be doubled because of claws, but that's about it.
You can attack through the grapple if you'd like.
Yeah, but I can't break free of the grapple without sacrificing the attack.
Not currently, no.
All right. And Foshkra is just going to. All right, this is going to be reckless.
No, 20 will hit. Keep in mind
Alright.
you are blessed.
Yes. Okay. Well, yeah, good,
That
but
doesn't matter in
you
this
know,
instance, but
no, it doesn't.
keep that in mind.
All right, so that is 9 and
Quite
2,
nice.
so
Ooh.
11. And second one,
16 will hit.
all right, for 9 and
Right.
2.
Nice. With 2 swipes, the idle goth fades, and you can hear the sort of very broken Terran emerge from it, but doesn't say anything of consequence as the Desert Folk falls.
So wrapped up in this thing's embrace, and then Foshkra just like takes his claws and like gets enough wiggle room to bring them up and shove them up into this thing's ribcage from underneath, and like just force it off of him and throw it into the dirt.
Fatality. Were you bitten?
No, it merely wanted to bludgeon me.
Hmm.
Talani.
What a pitiful creature.
Fenton and Leora, since you come from a location that I might know, I'd like you both to roll history checks.
Can do.
Both of you know vaguely that this is what is referred to as an idol goth, the minions of a beholder. A beholder in the stained glass lands is a seer, usually a Vulpinal, who has peered too deeply at secrets that shouldn't be gleaned from the stars. And those who have an obsession over them often sprout eyes on their bodies, and through some parasitic like relationship, can implant these eyes into victims for control over them, as well as to see them.
So, out of character, a beholder just watched us kill 2 of its minions.
It would seem that way.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I'll gather the group back together and convey as much to them. The little that I do know of Idle Goth and more importantly, Beholders. We should absolutely stay quiet and attentive to our surroundings. Not that we weren't before, but I would not like to run into a beholder.
The stars, you say?
Something of a corrupted star seeker, yes?
What corruption differs? What changes this from the star seeking of the rest of the seers? I wonder. Is it a corruption of morals?
Perhaps. I couldn't say for sure if it is an overuse of such abilities or simply looking at the wrong things or for the wrong reasons. I cannot say.
That is something that I find fascinating. Too much and too little both are a pain, but there must be a balance.
I wouldn't be surprised to find that some have done so intentionally, though. As I mentioned, these are beings of considerable power.
If the eyes watch us, let them know we respect its power.
How strong is this thing?
Do I have any idea, Fel? The 16?
You know that beholders can be quite powerful. They tend to be very paranoid, and rightfully so, since they aren't the most powerful. Their power comes from the influence they're able to exert on others.
Hmm.
An
I
individual parasite is not very strong, but what it commands may be.
I would not rush into a battle with one, to be sure, but I doubt it will come seek us personally. We might expect to see more of its thralls, such as these.
Perhaps we will make ourselves too much trouble to attempt to attack.
If it's Zara's deal with these,
And he gestures at the two now burning bodies.
then let us hope that it takes the warning that we are not to be prey.
That is a habit we will need to carry throughout our travels in Tolani.
Agreed.
Do not behave like prey, bird.
Unless the rest of you wish to continue to sit here and smell the wonderful odor of burning corpses, I suggest we continue to move.
Yes, let's move on.
Smells like flowers.
You're so weird.
That was not in character. I did not have a 2-second pause between each word.
Fair enough. My
The
point
line
stands.
between Reed and Ferb is narrow.
Shush.
My point stands.
And now I get to take that personally.
Go right ahead.
Alright. There may have been an eye or two that tried to wriggle away, carried by some bloody tendril, but it's easy enough to stamp out.
Stomp, stomp.
Returning back to the cave and continuing on, the presence, there's this feeling that you're being watched to some capacity. Whether that be genuine or not is up to you. But soon you find yourselves breaching towards a larger cave, about an hour's trek from where you fought the Idle Goth and its minion. You can see in this wide chamber illuminated by purple mushrooms, the gills of which expel some faintly luminescent light, very similar to the one in the sample background I have here. You can see a sort of large chamber with raised walkways carved. On the opposite side of this roughly 100-foot wide cavern is a door that well, not a door, but a door-size excavation that presumably leads further towards this trail. You can feel the elevation pick up slightly, but what interests you the most, we'll pull the map up now.
Oh, you got a map.
If you'd like, you can move yourselves to the bottom right. This little platform here. The raised walkways cover sort of burbling little pits that contain steaming water illuminated with bioluminescent algae of an iridescent purple-blue. There are torches in this cave. It seems to be a popular rest stop, but you see 6 figures before you on this raised bridge. 3 of them are dressed in similar outfit attire to the Leonin you encountered earlier. Sort of well polished, well kept, maintained, but not the highest quality armor. You can see one carries a short sword, another a heater shield, and a larger arming sword. And across from them are 3 figures clad in black, thorny, spiked armor, very harsh metal, well kept, but uh, 3 of them seem to have an elevated poise to them. One a dragonborn, another it seems to be some tall Anubian. The third a rather short, thin, white-haired tabaxi you can see with sort of a shock of purple through one of the strands. Despite his stature, he exudes an aura of commanding that is commendable even from here. You can see he calmly knows he's in charge and is looking down at the taller Volpel he's speaking to. One of them seems injured, sort of with a shoulder wrapped around the 2 exorcists here. One is sort of halfway carrying the other, and they engage in a brief moment of communication. You can hear the exorcist say, "We've many injured. What the hell are we even doing down here?" And the tabaxi replies, "Looking. Is that enough for you?" And the response is, "Yes, but we're dropping like flies. We have to get out." Vale is not far away. Are you telling me you're going weak on me? The injured one coughs and spits up some blood, and the other exorcist says, "We're being chased. This one's been injured. We have to get her out." The tabaxi tilts its head and gestures for the injured one to approach. You can see him glance her up and down, reach a hand up around her neck, and there is the clap of what you hear to be something like a thunderclap, and bolts of purplish energy streak through her neck and to the wall behind. You can hear some stone begin to fall. The tabaxi turns towards the exorcist and says, "One less problem. You said you were followed. I would advise you to get prepared." You can hear the familiar scuttling of the idle Goths, and you can see the 5 remaining figures there draw their weapons to some capacity. They notice you and sort of turn a quizzical look, but before they can broach out to conversation, an arrow flies down from an alcove in the ceiling. You can hear the rumble of rocks as beings burst from the ground. You can hear the pitter patter of feet from the hallway that you intend to elevate to the surface to as figures begin to stream from it. I would like another round of initiative.
Delicious.
Do any of you
My
think
initiative rolls are garbage recently.
Oh my gosh.
you're too sleepy?
I'm just an eepy little guy.
I'm so eepy.
Ignoring that.
I want to take a nap right here.
No,
Shane and Lawrence just
Nope.
didn't get enough sleep last night.
ignoring that. Do you guys think there are any possible way we're going to get past these guys without them wanting to kill a half undead null?
I hope so.
Please.
I might need to be
Reach X
relying on
normal.
someone else's charisma because mine's not good.
Let's
Reed,
play it
please
by
act
ear.
normal. Reed, please act normal. Reed, please act normal.
Define normal.
Normal for Reed or generally normal?
Generally normal.
Hmm. We're actually pretty far away from anybody right now.
Alright. I will say I do have to take a quick bio break, so we'll come back in, I'd say 2-3 minutes to resume in combat, if that's alright with everybody.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Alright, see you then.
I will do the same.
Yeah, we're so far away from people.
Yeah, my first move is literally just going to be to send out more blessings.
Yeah, and I'm just like,
You
if I
did,
can't
Benny.
get, yeah, if I can't get in range of people, then I'm wasting a rage.
Yeah, do you want a heal before I do bless? Because I know you have a thing where you take less damage if you have been hurt or something like
Uh,
that.
No, while I'm raging, I take half damage from any physical attacks.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a little heal.
Yeah, I'm 10 points under max right now.
Yeah, but there's like a lot going on, so
Yeah. I'm debating whether I rage in the first turn or not, because again, if I don't attack anything or get hit by anything by the end of the turn, then my rage ends. Well, on the next turn, it'll end.
yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back.
We all took a break just for you, Reed.
Oh, I heard. Thank you.
Thanks for counseling the bird through a mental breakdown.
You're welcome. I really carried there. You're welcome.
No, not you. Thanks, not you.
Got slapped by a second time by the Ignin.
Honestly, thanks mostly only to Lawrence, but still.
Wow. Wow. Alright, prep the circle. We're doing this.
Right now?
Yes.
Aren't I first in line?
So, alright. So rage lasts for 1 minute. If it ends early if you are knocked unconscious or if your turn ends and you haven't attacked a hostile creature since your last turn or taken damage since then. So does that mean the turn that I enrage, even if I don't hit anything or get hit, then the rage stays and only falls off on the second turn if I'm not able to hit anything or get hit?
Correct.
Okay. Alright, so I'm safe to rage now and then try to hit something on the next turn.
Hello, what did I miss?
Welcome.
Combat has been set up. Nothing. So far.
Someone praised your emotional ability.
rescuing the bird from an emotional breakdown.
Yeah, I just gave you a little thank you.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, no
Oh,
problem.
Even though I totally carried there.
I'm not
Um,
gonna wake you up next time, Shane.
Hey, Leora, what meta magic do you have?
I have Twin Spell and I have the distance one, I think. I don't have Quickened.
Okay.
All right, ready to begin?
Indubitably.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Yes.
Leonin is the first one to react, turns, draws a sword, mutters a spell. His shield becomes coated in a golden light. As he casts Shield of Faith, is going to move over here and attack the Terran with his sword. He's going to hit, and he is going to deal a slight amount of damage, which is going to be 7. All right.
I don't see the initiative. Okay, there it is.
Leora, for some reason it disappears when I click off it, and with the amount of initiatives, it is taking a significant amount of my laptop screen to look. Leora, you're up.
I'm going to cast Healing Word on Foshgra. Level 1
Ooh,
For 7
nice.
points. Nice.
for 7
1,
points.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Thank you.
You're welcome. And that will be my turn for this round.
You also have an action.
You also have an action if you'd like to.
Oh
Healing
yeah,
Word.
that was bonus action.
Okay, let me see how far away they are. Oop.
You can always ready an action too, as if.
Oh, Leora, your marker's not in a square. It's between squares.
Leora is a bat between spaces. Gotta
85
make room
feet
for the ears.
for that
Okay.
one.
Then I will do what is it called?
Distance
Magic
spell?
Missile,
Oh, yeah.
because it
Alright.
reaches far enough.
150 feet. Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Nice
I'm
roll.
going to just hit the first one all 3 times.
There's the sort of torn scream of this idle goth, a discordant sound as 3 bolts impact into it. Absolutely, yeah. 12 points of damage. Nice. Is that your turn?
Yes.
All right. This Terran is going to wrap both claws around the lip of this about 10-foot tall ledge and vault up on it. It is going to let out a barreling yell, and it is going to move here. You can see it grips a maul made out of some metalwork, and it is going to sort of stamp its feet on the ground, taking the action. The Idle Goth is going to... Let's see. It's going to scuttle over in this direction. Let's use...
Oh no, it's scuttling.
It's going to take a glance at you, Leora. And it is going to cast one of its eyes at you. I would like you to roll a wisdom saving throw, please.
Whew!
Nice.
No fucking
There is
problem.
a brief surge of sickness that courses through your veins, but you're able to steel yourself and will for it to fade. Evil Eye does not succeed. That is its turn. Let's see. Dragonborn mage covered in eyes is going to move over here. And cast Cloud of Daggers directly on this clump. You can hear the sound and grunts of pain as a whirling mass of arcane knives begin to swirl in a cloud. Let's see. It's 5
Always
foot cubes.
wanted to be a butcher.
go. Right. We're here. It's going to roll a certain amount of damage. Let's see. Alright. Fenton, you're up.
Fenton is going to say, idle Goths first, but please don't let your guard down around these strangers. And he's going to play a version of the same song he played earlier. First to give just Foshkra heroism, so that'll be 4 temp HP at the start of each of your turns, and a bardic to Lorenz.
Alright.
And immune to fear, right, for heroism?
Correct.
Okay.
I believe. Yes. And that's it for Fenton.
Alright. This exorcist here is going to pull free from the cloud of knives, going to mutter something similar, coat her shield in this sort of swath of divine light, and it's going to jump off of the sledge, going to roll a dexterity saving throw to see if she can. If she succeeds on that, will still take a certain amount of damage, light, but is going to attack this dragonborn once, and will hit, will deal 7 points of damage. And that'll be a concentration check for the Cloud of Knives, which succeeds. Pashka, you're up.
All right. Hearing this infested Terran's roar, Foshkra is going to answer in kind, letting his roar of rage echo off all the walls here. Yeah, and he's just going to channel into his claws again, and action sprint right up into its face. Kind of
Awesome.
like, dropping down, just using the power of his arms and legs, just kick off and just kind of like ferally run at this thing.
Nice. Two lizard folks challenging each other to a duel.
Draw the circle.
No circle. He's got to die.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's no circle. He is not. But yeah, that is my turn. That is bonus action, movement, and action.
The Dragonborn here turns towards the mass, glances towards the group. There's a look of understanding between the Tabaxi and the Signifer, as the Hell Knight will calmly step towards the edge of this ledge, mutter a spell, and a flaming sphere will crash against this Terran. A ball of flame emerges from this thing's hands.
It's a burning circle.
Alright, that'll do a certain amount of damage. Alright. This idle goth is up, and it is going to scuttle towards this exorcist. It's going to attack 4 times, one with its tentacle, which will hit, deal a certain amount of damage. Concentration check for Shield of Faith will fail. It's going to attack again. It's going to miss. Attack a 3rd time, which will hit. With its maul, it will deal a large amount of damage. There's the sickening crunch of a maul crashing against plate that caves in. You can hear the grunt as this exorcist collapses to the ground. The idle goth is going to continue moving here. It is also going to use its evil eye as its 4th against this enforcer. It's going to try to sleep it. It will succeed. Reed, you're up.
What a welcoming party. I'm going to untie the bandages around my neck, and as my action, I will use one of my wild shapes to pulse myself with energy and use symbiotic entity. So 16 temporary hit points, and all of my circle of spores features are active. 10,
All right.
15, 20, 25, 30, and I will a little bit awkwardly, since I don't have a staff, start lurching towards the combat.
Don't you have the flinned head thing that can be used as a staff?
That comes later. Right now, I just have a chain that can tighten as a staff, but I'm not using that yet. It's not sacred yet.
Okay.
Awesome. The Terran up here is going to yell out another battle cry. It is going to rage and just attack this exorcist. That will be it. Let me see. Will miss, actually. Slams across this thing's shield. You can hear the dissonant sound of metal against metal as the attack is blocked. Chain, you're up.
Let's see here. There's too many things on my screen. I can't. There we go. Cannot see that. 140. Let me check. All right. Chain is going to use steady aim and pull out his short bow and go for the this one up here.
All right.
So that'll cancel out the disadvantage and just be a normal roll.
Sure thing.
The sniper has been sniped.
21 hit,
21 will hit.
8 piercing.
You can hear the cry as it stumbles back, clearly not expecting to be attacked from its vantage point. Right. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's bonus action, and I have no more movement because of steady aim.
Lorenz, you're up.
Okay, Lorenz is going to move forward here, and he's going to take out his light crossbow and fire at this one here.
All right. Go for it. 19 will hit. 4 points of piercing damage. The bolt sinks into its side. Instead a shriek snaps the bolt, but 4 points of piercing, yeah, absolutely.
And that will be my turn.
All right. The Tabaxi calmly will step forward, and you can see as he walks, slowly turns into a stride and into a run. Mid-step, a shimmering glaive of eldritch energy pulls between two of his hands, and he's going to attack this idle goth. He'll miss the first attack and miss the second one, unfortunately. The glaive fades, and you can see him assume a more defensive posture.
The main character missed all their attacks.
It's not the main character, you are.
Oh!
Reed, specifically.
Oh! Oh, I always knew it.
The Enforcer is going to do something similar. Instead, wielding a great sword, it will. Yeah, it's going to attack with its great sword once. With flanking, that will be a hit. So she does a certain amount of damage. Alright. The Terran Shaper is up. You can see a lizard folk dressed in more shamanic clothes will motion up here. Let me see. It's going to mutter a quick little spell, stamp its foot on the ground. Foshkar, I would like you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Can I see this?
You can. You'd have advantage since you are raging.
Yes. Okay, Dex.
A small
18.
gorge, a fissure appears underneath your feet, threatening to knock you prone, but you're able to resist it.
Danger sense is not just because I'm raging.
Oh, it's intrinsic.
It's just a
Okay,
barbarian
gotcha.
feature.
It's something you can see or detect.
Yeah. It's something I could see that makes me do a dexterity save. I have
You can
advantage.
see the sniper kneel, take aim at the Hell Knight Signifer. It's going to use its steady aim feature and attack with a crossbow. There's going to be a critical hit.
Ooh.
That is going to deal. The bolt sinks into the Dragonborn cranium. You see it fall and collapse into the pool of water beneath. The flaming sphere will fade.
Hmm.
Well, at least we know that we can hold our own against these people too, if necessary.
Well, I think all the chaff is being taken away for us.
The Exorcist
Nonsense.
is going to make an attack against the chaff.
Hey.
Natural 20. Surprisingly. Reckless attack is going to be 9 points. Alright. It's going to be. Alright, Leora, you're up.
Okay. Let me move my little page out of the way. I'm going to move here. And I'm going to use twin spell.
Awesome.
See if I did. I think I'm going to use twin spell with magic missile on the second level, so I'm going to have what, 4 of the little darts.
4 of the little darts twinned.
Yes, so 8.
Yeah, 8 darts. Nice. On whom are you targeting?
Wow.
The one directly in front of Foshkra and the Terran that is below.
Sure
I don't know
thing.
how to highlight a
Yeah,
spot, but yeah.
Alrighty. I can see where you click, so. Alright,
Nice.
so go ahead and roll. Wow, maximum damage for the first one. Go ahead and roll again for the second twin. Nice. A solid 20 points of force damage, pummeling the Terran. You can see it stagger back, bleeding profusely from where all 4 of those shots hit. It's not resisted by rage, since it is force damage. And 16 points towards the idle goth below. It lets out another shriek. It is also bleeding quite heavily.
That's a large amount of damage.
Yeah.
And that will be my turn.
Nice. Alright. Still wielding its maul, it's going to get out a yell. It's going to rage and reckless attack you, Foshkra.
Bring it.
That is going to be 17 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Alright. Let me see. Which is going to deal 13 points of bludgeoning damage to you.
13 halved is
6.
6. Okay, thank you.
Let me check one thing quickly. Nope. Alright. The idle goth is up, and it is going to scamper up to here. Since you are currently being flanked, it's going to attack you 4 times, Foshkra. One tentacle is going to be 12 to hit, which I presume misses.
Yep.
Second tentacle will be, let me see, 16 to hit.
That hits.
Alright, that is going to deal to you 6 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are currently grappled by it. It's going to attack you twice with small now.
Mm-hmm.
That is going to be a 22 to hit, which will be a
Yep.
hit, which will deal 9 points of bludgeoning damage. Third attack is going to be a 13 to hit.
13 does not hit.
Does not hit. Alright, 2 swipes hit you. The Signifer is going to move over here, step up to the sledge, and is going to... it's going to draw its short sword, continue over here, sort of jump down and cast a green flame blade against this exorcist, which will be a hit. I'm just going to deal a certain amount of damage. Alright. Shield of Faith will fade.
Dropping like flies.
Alright. Fenton, you're up.
Okay, seeing Foshka suddenly swarmed. Fly to there. I don't know why it's not locking into grids, but that's alright. And I'm first going to take a crossbow shot at the Terran Idolgoth, the one above Foshka.
Go for it.
Ooh.
21 to hit
21 will hit.
for 10 piercing.
Ooh.
Points of piercing. Nice shot right to the neck. This thing claws and scrabbles at it briefly before dying.
Okay, and then I will just singing, not using an instrument because I have a crossbow in my hand, but I will sing a healing word spell to Fushka.
Yay.
Just that first level. 8.
Fushka.
Nice.
8.
You are
Ooh,
up.
jeez. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right.
And don't forget your 4 more temp at the top of your turn.
Yeah, I already took that off because. Oh, does it re-add?
Yeah, I'm still concentrating, so it comes back.
Oh.
At the start of every one of your turns, it resets to 4.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
Heroes is a
Okay.
good spell. Well, early on.
All right. So, being released out from this thing now that it's dead, Foshkra is going to slide down here, and as he's moving, he's going to take a reckless swipe with his claws.
Go for it.
Roll 20 is lagging because I clicked it.
Oh no.
How dare you?
There it is. 22.
Alright, that will hit.
All right. For 9 points of damage. 2 of that is fire.
2 of that will be unresisted.
All right. And second swipe, again reckless for a dirty 20. For another 9 points
Same
to
exact
fire.
Nice.
And I would like to make a contested strength check to try to swing this Terran around and off the ledge here.
That will be 2 barbarians who are raging. Go ahead and roll an athletics check with advantage.
22.
Just narrowly beat it, yes.
You are the superior barbarian.
Yeah. So sliding down here, swiping as Foshkra kind of ducks and hops down here, rakes his claws across the abdomen of this thing, then reaches up with the second claw, grabs it from around the back of the neck, and just throws it over his shoulder into the water.
It's not easy. It's a big thing and it's resisting, but you're able to just barely lift over your head.
Yeah, so with a freaking mighty heave, would you like to move him into that square?
Absolutely.
What's the drop into the water, by the way? What distance are we looking at?
It's not currently in. You're dropping. Okay, in 10 feet, so it's in the water. Unfortunately, it doesn't get damaged.
No, doesn't get damaged, but now it has 10 feet to climb up.
Correct.
And I don't know how heavy that mace is, and if he's able to hold on to it while swimming.
All right.
But that'll be my turn. Oh, actually, no. Yeah, I'm gonna stay right here. I don't want this thing getting too far away.
Reed, you're up.
Reed's going to start by do 6 spaces, ambling closer. One lanky hand is going to reach towards the shaper here and say, You know us. You know we will destroy these things you have. I'm going to cast a chill touch on it.
Go for it.
And going to give it the bad pet.
The bad pets.
25 will hit, not quite a crit, but
So a total of 7 necrotic.
I'm sorry. Against which one are you doing it?
The Terran Shaper.
Town Shaper. All right.
And that is going to be my turn.
Alrighty. I can hear it shriek and recoil as the chill touch reaches out. It is alive. That is going to be 7 points. Alrighty. The Terran Brute up here is again going to reckless attack and try to slam down against the Exorcist, which is going to be a hit this time. Just going to deal 10 points of damage. All right.
Oof. The last Exorcist.
Shane, you're up.
Shane is going to do the same thing as last time. Steady aim and go for the sniper. Another
My
21.
goodness.
121 will hit.
11 piercing.
Oh my
Jesus.
goodness.
Piercing, ouch. Yeah, that'll hit. Not
And
quite
that is
kill it, but
that's Shane's turn.
can see
Do
blood.
not
sort of
get
coming
into a
from
sniper
the
duel.
edge. Lorenz, you're up.
Shane will win the sniper duel.
Okay. Well, we are going to do Guiding Bolt on this one.
Get the one in the water.
Yes.
Get in the water.
Explode. No!
Bardic?
Oh,
If you'd like to use your bardic, yeah.
how much
It
is
might
also
not be
reckless
enough, but-
attack, so you do have advantage technically against it.
Ooh, do that first.
Oh, advantage? Oh, you know what? Alright.
You can go ahead and roll again. Well,
1d6 bardic.
Bardic?
if you'd like to bardic.
No!
Unfortunately,
How?
parse where this thing is thrashing in the waves and it scatters across the surface of this pond.
Oh,
Oh.
you know what I can do, though?
Quicken spell.
Yes.
Try really hard.
I was gonna say sob.
Sob.
That's a free action.
Lorenz is going to use his sorcery points, and as he does so, some of his fur is going to stand up on end as he alters the magic within him to try to do another guiding bolt.
Hey.
for it.
And this is still advantage, correct?
Correct.
Okay, let's.
Come on.
There we go.
Hey.
All right.
Blood starts
Yeah.
to well in this pool, and the Terran stops thrashing.
The Ignin never stops thrashing.
Shot dead in the water.
Ooh. And that will be my turn.
Alright. The Hell Knight's going to sidestep this way and make another 2 attacks against the Idle Goth. It's going to be 1 hit. Another a miss with this manufactured glaive. I'm just going to deal 10 points of damage. Let's see. The glaive fades, and you can hear a rasped, muttered curse as this thing points towards this idle goth. And do any of you speak deep speech?
No.
Nope.
I
Nope.
have
I don't think
comprehend
so.
Oh,
languages.
no, I'm so sorry. It wouldn't be deep speech. It would be infernal.
Nope.
Oh. Where do I see my languages?
It should be on your Roll20 page under your proficiency section. But it is infernal nonetheless. This Hell
Yeah.
Knight's additionally going to step here and attack once. It's great sword. That will be a hit.
Apparently, I only speak Common and Primordial.
All right.
So.
This Terran is going to shuffle towards here. It's going to raise its staff and slam it on the ground and mutter a curse. Pardon me, a spell. I would like you to roll a Constitution saving throw as a thunder wave blasts out against you, Foshka.
Okay, Constitution. I should be good at this, right?
Should be.
Ostensibly. That's up to you.
19.
19. You weather it well. You will still take some damage, but you're able to stop yourself from flying off the ledge.
Imagine, like, dig my claws into the
Yep.
into the stones below and maybe slide back like
Alright,
a couple
you
inches.
Take 6 points of thunder damage. Alright,
Alright.
the sniper is. Let's see, where are you, Chain?
Nowhere.
Where is Chain on the map? He's
Bottom
hit
right.
from the DM, bottom right. Oh, there we are. Okay.
Hidden from the DM.
Nat
I
20
use
on his
my
stealth check.
reaction to mimic the screaming and try to confuse it.
God forgets you exist.
That is either a blessing or a curse. I'd say in the stained glass lands, that's a blessing.
It's not within range to be comfortable attacking you with disadvantage. So, let's see.
That's
Hi, Reed.
right. Oh shit.
Reed, it is going to attack you with a crossbow bolt. Going to. Oh no, it actually is 5 feet away. Cannot move if it wants steady aim. Hi, Foshka. It is going to steady aim and attack you with its crossbow.
Okay, it should have advantage. I was reckless.
It does have advantage, and that is going to be non-natural 20 to hit.
Yep.
You will take 17 points of piercing damage. The sneak attack races into your side.
Okay, reduce that by half for me, please.
That's going to be 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, I now have a bolt sticking out of my side, and I am not happy about it.
Exorcist is going to continue to attack this Terran. It's going to miss. It's going to re-up the Shield of Faith. And brings it back to Lyra. You're up.
Okay. I am going to use. Let's see. Well, I'm going to move forward first, so. Going to move here. How far is everybody? Okay. I'm going to use another sorcery point to do the same thing I did last time with Magic Missile and the Twin Spell.
Oof.
All right. On whom are you targeting?
I will be targeting this one, the infested Terran by Foshkra, and the sniper.
All right.
Two scrawny people.
The sniper, you can hear a sort of shrieked cry as it dies. And the second one is going to be 12 points of piercing damage against the... which one?
The shaper by Foshkra, yeah.
Alright. 12 points erase into this turn. It is not having a good time. Alright. Is that your turn?
Yes.
Awesome. Alright. Idlegoth is up. It's going to whirl a new attack it 4 times. That's going to be 1 hit for 7 points. Second attack is going to be a miss. 2 attacks with its maul. It's going to be 1 miss and 1 natural 20. For just hanging on. You can see the Nubians bleeding profusely, not quite giving up. The infested signifer right here is going to mutter another spell into its short sword, and actually it mutters a spell, and a bolt, a burst of swords emerge. Surroundings. Going to be a reflex saving throw from the Lennon, which fails. There is the spattering of blood and a cloud of as the Lennon will fade from this sword burst cast by this signifer. Just going to move over here and sort of duck behind the ledge. Fenton, you're up.
Okay. Continuing the song he was just singing and seeing Foshkra take so much more damage, singing it even louder, I'm going to approach rapidly and do a 2nd level healing word this time.
Ooh.
Well.
Keeping the
Same
meat shield
thing.
alive.
That's
Trying to.
maximum.
Yeah. Doing
All right,
good. 12. And I'm going to drop the crossbow back into its sling and pull out my rapier and get right behind this Terran and attack.
Wait, do I get both the 4 and the 8 for healing?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. With that much healing, I would say you see the bolt like push itself out of his side and clatter back down to the stone.
We love some magical
19
healing.
will hit
Grotesque.
For 4 piercing.
for piercing. Jets into this thing's side. Is it your turn?
It is.
Foster, you're up.
Oh shit! Now it's Foster's turn.
All right. Once again, Fosher is going to reposition himself, sliding across here, and once again, recklessly raking his claws across this thing. 16.
16 will hit.
All right, for 10 points of damage. All right, and second one.
All right, you only need
Oh.
1. The Terran will fall.
All right, yeah. So sliding past it, fucking just digging his claws into this thing's chest and ripping straight through it. That was 5 feet of movement. Yep, and then Foshker just takes off, running up here. Wait, my turn.
All right. Awesome. Reed, you up.
Which of these creatures can I see, and which are hidden behind the difference in elevation?
The only one that's hidden behind the difference in elevation, I'd say, would be the Signifer. The others are fair game.
Fair game. Fair to interrupt a duel. Perhaps we can create a blessed opinion.
Manipulate the masses, read.
I will withdraw the ghostly hand from the body of the dead shaper and point towards this idol goth, which is an absolutely amazing word if you made it up.
I did.
Thank you for adding to my vocabulary. And it's going to jut through its back and grasp around the heart of this creature. That's a 9.
Unfortunately, the idol goth glances towards you, shrieks, and it ducks from the grasping hand.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That'll be my turn.
All right. Terran is going to motion over here and try to decapitate the Sanubian. It's going to be a reckless attack. It will hit and it will kill the Sanubian, so sending it crashing to the ground. Chain, you're up.
Let's see here.
Those guys be really fragile, huh?
Yeah.
They're level 4. You guys are just playing it carefully.
Fair.
They rolled bad on their HP rolls.
They don't have a barbarian.
Ooh, perfect. Yes. Chain's going to steady aim again and go for the idol goth here, which it is exactly 8 feet away. So that means I get advantage. 15.
15 will hit.
And that is going to be sneak attack, finally.
Ooh.
18.
Unfortunately, if you have disadvantage from any source, even if you have advantage from source, sneak attack does not apply.
I didn't have disadvantage.
Oh, I see.
It was-
How far are you?
I am exactly 80 feet away, and shortbow's first range is 80 feet.
I see. Nice. Then
Calculated.
yes, that'll be 18 points of damage. Yeah, the idol goth will take the bolt, struggle for a second, and fade.
That's a lot of damage down.
Yeah.
That is Chain's turn.
Lorenz, you're up.
Okay. 60 feet is a sprint action, right?
Correct. We'll double your movement if it's 30.
Well, Lawrence is going to dash and be by Fenton and Reed, and
Hello, friend.
that's it. That is my turn.
The Tabaxi will give a glance towards the fallen Nubian hand, or another thing in Infernal, and pulling up from the corpse of this paladin, a shadowy specter similar to the visage in life will rise and attack this Terran. That is going to be a hit. Let's see. This will be a certain amount of damage, as the Nubian Spectre will emerge. He casts Hexblade Curse on his own men.
Oh my god. That's brutal.
These are Death Knights, right? Dark Knights, Hell Knights.
There's a difference. Let's see, I'll get back up here. A spectral image emerges. Let's see. But he's going to make his actual attack against Terran now. It's going to be one hit and another hit due to the reckless for a total of a good amount of damage, but it is unfortunately. No, it would be force damage from Hexblade. Yes, it is force damage. Alright, so the two swipes from this glaive cut down this Terran, combined with the Nubian's attack. And there's only one left. Leo, you're up.
Amazing. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna move here, and I am going to cast Firebolt on this last one.
It's currently ducking behind some.
Oh, it's ducking?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, can I cast Misty Step and then
You're welcome to.
Incredible. Okay, so kind of tiptoeing on the ledge over here, I would like to Misty Step to this ledge. So it's 30 feet. Would that be enough?
Indeed.
Incredible. Okay, so I'm going to cast
Oh, you
Misty
don't know how to
Step.
fly yet, right?
No, I do not.
Aw. Alright.
So I'm just like tiptoeing on that ledge right there.
Pretty much.
Is that enough? Do I have a visual since there's like that little
It would
gap?
have half cover.
Half cover.
So have increased armor class against your fire. You can try to target it.
Do you still have movement available?
I do, yes. Only like one block though, so I'm gonna scoot diagonal.
Alright.
And
Nate unfortunately scatters across the stonework.
that's fair. And that will be my turn.
Alright. This infested Hell Knight's going to stand, mutter a spell in its hands. A clump of ice forms, and it throws a lance-like dagger towards you, Fenton. It's going to make an ice knife attack against you.
Anti-air gun. Flak, take cover.
Which will be an 18 to hit.
That
Ooh.
will hit.
You take 10 points of piercing damage. Ouch. And it
Ow.
is going to. The shard in you is going to explode. I would like all of you to roll a dexterity saving. Pardon me. All of you being Fenton, Reed, and Lorenz.
I was about to say, dang. That's a big explosion.
Uh-oh.
Lorenz and Fenton, you take 7 points of cold damage. Reed, you take. Fenton, you're up.
Okay, let me do a whatchamacallit for my concentration as well.
Sure thing.
Wow, okay, that drops as well.
Alright, goodbye, temp HP.
Youch. Yeah, a bit shaken by that, I think, but I'm gonna fly to here. How is the Tabaxi looking?
The Tabaxi's looking. He has not been injured this combat.
Okay,
He's looking
great.
fine.
He's living his best life out here.
Main
Then
character
I will-
syndrome.
Yeah, he's awesome. I will light crossbow the remaining enemy.
Go for it. 24 will hit.
Ooh.
Excellent.
Big numbers.
For 4 piercing, small
4
numbers, but they
points.
still work.
Well,
hit. Alright. Is that your turn?
No, I think I'm a little shaken. I'm gonna healing word myself.
Alright.
Okay.
Foshkar, you're up. You know what to do.
Yes.
Oh boy, Foshka's turn again.
Alright, I'm going to run up to this thing and reckless. claw swipe. An 11?
11 will miss.
Fuck. Alright. Second one, 17.
17 will hit.
Alright. For 11 points of damage. So yeah, seeing it throw the knife and Fenton looking really hurt as he flies over, Foshker runs over in his haste to put an end to this thing. He overreaches on the first swipe as he sprints towards it. Second one just comes up, claws up underneath the jaw of this signifier, lifts it up off the ground, holds it there for a minute before turning it and just slamming its head straight down into the dirt.
And thus ends this combat.
Still in the battle rage, Foshka is going to turn and look at the tabaxi, and then look over at Leora and Fenton to see what if if this person's a threat as well.
Doesn't
But he
seem-
is glaring. He is rage glaring at this tabaxi at the moment.
I'll put up a hand. Hold Foshka. Oh, stay ready.
I am not an enemy. I would hope you are friends.
Well, we seem to be on the same side, if there was to be one in here.
In these caves, I suppose there is. He turns a palm towards the scattered bodies. Have you been enjoying your travels? It's an eventful road. Why do you come to Vale?
I'll look at the party before speaking more.
If more than 6 seconds have passed already, then Foshka is shaking himself out of the rage.
Lawrence nods his head to Fenton.
Reed's going to stay furtive out of this conversation with this Hell Knight.
I must impress upon you. Which of you speaks for your group? Which one of you?
At the moment, I'm not sure we have a single representative.
I think Fenton is doing all the talking.
Yet each has a voice.
Then I will make my best assumption. So he turns towards you, Fenton, pulls something from a scabbard around his pouch. You can see it is a prismatic dagger with a rainbow-like hue around its hilt, and he will glance towards you. You know it to be one of the daggers. Keepers.
Oh,
Oh.
He is attempting to sense your alignment. Do you resist?
I do not.
Would you mind DMing me your alignment quickly? I do not recall it off the top of my head.
chaotic evil.
He's chaotic evil. I knew it.
Like all birds.
You can see him briefly glance at it before grunting and hilting it. He sort of places both hands behind his back.
I will.
Nods.
I'll take out my own dagger and cock an eyebrow, requesting to do the same to him.
He does not resist. It is a burningly cold shade of blue. I suppose you and I have met our, agreements. Now, to offer you a bit of explanation. I am a paralector yearning of the gallows. You may Gallows. I was responsible for a troop of Hell Knights to search these caverns. There is an individual who we wish to claim. Have you seen a male Vulpanol, young, name of Lucas? I take that as a no.
I do not believe so, no.
Well,
Did we
Mark's
not kill the Vorpalo that was stick to the wall?
He
We
wasn't
did
young.
encounter a Vulpanal, but none by that name.
You met the Blood Mage.
You are familiar? Yes.
Why are you looking for them?
He was a friend to our troops. I trained him personally. I consider him an asset that I wish to reclaim. Now fight against the current witches in the city of Algiz. I don't know why he ran off, but one does not escape the Hell Knights. Once they swear duty, it is for life. If you do find him, bring him back to our camp in the Vale. We will see that you are properly rewarded.
Do I. That first one we encountered, the one that said, too many eyes you see. That was a Vulpanal, right?
It is Elaine.
Oh, right. Okay, never mind.
But
You-
she, Fenton and Leora recognize or know what a beholder is as a Vulpanal
Correct.
gone mad.
If you are passing through Vale, have to make a new checkpoint. You'll have to answer why you wish to venture into Tlani. That is unless you're going south. What brings you here?
Merely passage to a further destination. Not the best road, but Talani does have roads all the same.
So rarely traveled these days.
Indeed. Do you intend to continue to do so, now on your own as you are?
I am not on my own. I have my means. Glances towards the Nubian Spectre.
I see.
Then I suppose we part ways. I may meet you in Vale again. You have my thanks.
It is not the beholder itself that you seek, is it?
No. But Lucas was exceptional at slaying them. Most strangers have their favorite prey. Velpinols, trolls. His was things with too many eyes.
I see.
Sounds like an efficient man.
Why
One
does
could
it,
say that.
why do those words sound familiar? Too many eyes.
Chain will mimic the cries of the lean in the other cave.
Ah. He met the leader of the Sacrosancts. There was a joint assigned to aid me in scavenging the caves. Didn't do him much good, did it? If you ask me, the exorcists are far too self-righteous that they must accomplish certain reprehensible deeds to accomplish their goals. And if you wish to bring morality into it, the Hell Knights believe that it is not the side of good that is weak. It is those who are good. So, you, my Aarakocra friend, be wise in your travels in Vale. Know that if one wears their goodness on their sleeve, their wrists are likely to be cut.
Yes, we've learned a couple lessons already, but thank you for the warning.
I will be on my way, but if you encounter struggles with the Anubians in Vale, you will have my word. I would like to say that Knights, Exorcists, Inquisition have footing in it would be a lie. Still, my word is something. Goodbye.
What is your name?
My name is Yearning of the Gallows.
Hmm.
You can call me Gallows.
Fair travels.
Is Tawny leaking?
You can see him sort of take a deep breath. Lani is a wound that has yet to be properly treated. It is a complex problem. There are many moving parts to it. It is a strange thing to wage war against something that does not think but exists. Tactics do not apply in the same way. If you find Lucas, bring him to me. Allow me to say that I don't believe his ferocity in his hunting was because he was chasing something. I believe he was attempting to run away in a spiritual sense. But do not let that discourage you. Should you find him, I will be in Vale. See him stand and begin to stride the way you arrived, probably through one side chasm. The spectre floats behind him, still dragging a great sword on the ground.
Welcome
travels.
to Talani.
All right. Unless you'd like to have further conversation, can you hear me or am I cutting out?
We can
Cutting
hear
out a
now.
little bit.
Unfortunate. But that is where we're going to for the thank you for the awesome game, as always. Hope you had fun.
Absolutely.
A whole lot of killing shit.
Yeah.
We're cleansing Kalani.
One corpse at a time. It'll all
After
feed
yeah.
something.
Felt just real quick. I want to clarify something with the Ignin natural spells. It states that these can only be cast once a day. Does that still count for bonfire as it being a cantrip?
So cantrips you can cast as many times.
Okay,
Leveled
only
spells.
the things that would
Yeah,
normally take a spell
only
slot.
leveled spells, yes.
Okay, all right. So then, as Gallows leaves and is out of sight after a while, Foshker goes about gathering the bodies of the tainted enemies and starts another pyre.
Another thing, Fenton, I would like you to roll a single intelligence check to see if you remember something, a detail that you have been able to process in your mind.
Okay.
He's gone.
Come on, lore. No.
Oh
Wait.
Oh,
no!
Lord.
That's
May I
still
ask a
shooketh.
question though?
That's a
Yeah.
save.
Oh yeah, no, that is a save, but I guess same.
Is it the
difference.
same?
It's the same. His dagger was not a keeper's dagger, was it? It was just a
Oh,
dagger
it was
with
the keeper's dagger.
It was a keeper's dagger. Okay, yeah.
I guess the keepers aren't all nice and sparkly clean.
Well,
Some of the keepers are dead.
exactly.
Be thankful you're
Useful
not
tool.
chaotic.
Is anybody here chaotic?
We'll find out. I got to recharge my dagger.
Shane.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I mean,
Reed.
chaotic good is still good.
You
It's still
think
chaotic.
Reed's chaotic? So ignorant.
If any of you have history, you're welcome to roll it.
History proficiency, you said?
Yes.
Not doing good with my lore rolls today.
Shit.
That man was very, very lawful evil, by the way.
Oh.
Fenton, you know these to be Hell Knight. They are knights bound to very certain principles. They act to oppose chaos wherever it exists in the world. They don't care about the good and evil spectrum. They are solely focused on eliminating chaos, regardless of the cost or morality necessary.
So there could be good Hell Knights.
There could be good Hell Knights, yes.
Just out of chance.
There are many good Hell Knights, yes. The vast majority hover between neutral and lawful evil. This one was incredibly lawful evil, which is very odd for a tabaxi.
Shane is sweating as being chaotic neutral.
Well, we will have to discuss this over the campfire, but I do gotta hop off for tonight.
Aw.
Okay. Good
Thank you,
night.
guys.
I'm going to
Good
go
night,
ahead
Benton.
and
See you all
stop the
tomorrow.
recording here.
Yes.